Welcome back to the Hunter of Dividends YouTube channel. We're going to talk about Dividend Kings today and my top 3 Dividend King stocks. First, what is a Dividend King? Dividend King is a company that has increased their dividend payout for at least 50 years. Impressive feat here, obviously. These are companies that have been able to continue growing their dividend paid out to shareholders even during recessions and major market tumbles. We've seen lots of those over the past 50 years, obviously. So these are companies that have stood the test of time. Let's take a look at, courtesy of Motley Fool, the companies, the 39 stocks that qualified as Dividend Kings in early 2022. You see consecutive years of dividend increases dating from 67 down to 50, where we had several newcomers to the list here. Kimberly-Clark, AbbVie, Target, W.W. Granger, some big names there entering into this. Some of those are stocks that I own as well, and we'll talk about those in future videos. But today we're talking about Dividend Kings and my top 3 Dividend King stocks. Number 1, Johnson & Johnson, ticker symbol J&J. This one has to be first for me, and it's not very close. This is my biggest portfolio holding. I first bought this one when I was in high school. I'm 38 now, and the yield on cost here is pretty impressive. This company is like owning an ETF with all the quality businesses and medical, pharmaceutical, very rare, pristine AAA credit rating. Simply Safe Dividends gives us a rating of 99 on a safety score basis. This is a portfolio foundation name, in my opinion. Here's a quick look at it on Simply Safe Dividends, 2.46 dividend yield, solid 6.6% dividend growth. This is a company that is growing pretty healthy here, healthy amount. I think they're going to be able to keep that up. 42% payout ratio, which is very low. I know the yield is not massive right now, but it's pretty solid, especially in a low rate environment. Free cash flow payout, 56%. Look at the growth there in the earnings per share. I really like to see the progression there. Very impressive. And if we look at return on equity, 30%. Excellent stuff. Operating margin, 27%. Interest coverage. This says a lot. This company is in really good shape as far as its balance sheet. And as far as the chart here, Johnson & Johnson, this stock is up some. It's up near its high. You might want to try to catch it on a dip, but I wouldn't blame you if you started to try to get into Johnson & Johnson. If you're not already in J&J, I do think this is a name that should get in your portfolio. If it happens to drop, you can dollar cost average in. Really like this one for the long term. I think it's a good one for sure. Lowe's is number 2. Number 2 is ticker symbol LOW. Lowe's raised their dividend payout by a shocking 33% this year. Really stunning to see a number like 33%. The company has a 5-year CAGR of 18%. If they want to raise dividend by 18% a year, I'm more than happy to own this stock. Great dividend growth stock for the future. The yield of 1.56% doesn't seem huge right now, but in the future, the yield on cost is going to be massive because the payout ratio is just 25%. They're committed to growing this dividend, as we've seen by the CAGR of 18% over the last 5 years. Consistently strong sales, EPS growth. PE of right around 15, I think, is more than fair here for Lowe's. Quick look at it, 93 dividend safety score according to Simply Safe Dividends. This is a stock that is really, really aggressively raising the dividend right now. If you look at sales growth and earnings per share growth, really impressive. I mean, massive growth here in recent years. They won't be able to grow earnings per share at 50-some% or 36% ongoing, but I do think this is a double-digit grower as you go forward. Operating margins have gotten better here of late. Interest coverage is very solid. If you look at the chart here of Lowe's, there's the 5-year chart. We saw it dipped a bit there at the beginning of COVID, and then it had a massive run up to 263. Now it's back down to 205. You see in recent months, it's dipped pretty nicely. I've been buying into Lowe's here, and I do think Lowe's will continue to be a good stock going forward. Number 3, AWR, American States Water. This is a water and electric service company, a ridiculous 67-year streak of raising dividends every single year. I don't expect this streak to stop anytime soon. The only knock on this company, it trades at a PE of about 30. It is traded at a high valuation level consistently. These water utilities have in general. I think that's likely to continue. I see water being more and more in demand in the coming years. I think this is one that will be a good long-term name. I'm not trying to predict short-term swings here in the market, but I think that ticker symbol AWR will be a good one. Payout ratio of just 56% and a great operating margin of 29% stands out to me here. Simply Safe dividend safety score of 98. Very safe here. This is one that I've just started investing in. I will be continuing to grow my stake in this one. CAGR in the last 5 years of 9%. And we're sitting at a dividend yield of 1.79, solid, not tremendous, but I think this will continue to grow. Earnings per share growth has increased here in recent years. This is a stock that has had good management. The 29% operating margin really stands out, 14% return on equity. Interest coverage, Simply Safe dividends like above 3 for water utilities, and it's 6.35, so very solid. If you look at the chart of this one, 6 months, it has dipped some. It got up as high as 103.77. It's down now around 80. And the 1-year chart, the up and down there, and then 5 years, pretty impressive growth there for the first 3 years or so. Now it's been stalled out for the last couple years. I think AWR will be a good long-term name here. So again, my top 3 Dividend King stocks: Johnson & Johnson number 1, Lowe's number 2, American States Water, AWR number 3. What do you think of these 3 stocks? What do you think of your favorite Dividend Kings? I want to hear from you in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on these 3, which ones you would add. Which of these, if you don't like one of these, let's chat about it. Certainly. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel and hit the bell. Appreciate the growth here that I'm seeing here in recent days, and just love talking about dividend stocks. It's a passion of mine. It's not my day job, but this is what I got my degree in investments and finance, and I love chatting about it whenever I have time. So thanks everybody for tuning in. You can follow me at Hunt Dividends on Twitter as well. Check the notes below for my dividend book as well. And if you have any comments or questions or any stocks that you want me to take a look at in the future, drop those in the comments below. Everybody have a great week. Let's keep investing in those dividend winners.